Hello everybody, myself Geeta Mani, Assistant Professor from the Department of Management Studies. In this lecture, I am going to discuss about hardware and software computer system. In this video, I am going to cover introduction to computer, what are the generations of computer, what are the types are available in computer, hardware and software computer system, in that types of software, what is called data and information, what is the processing cycle for information. Introduction to computer. Definition. A computer is an electronic device that can perform calculation and analysis at very high speed. The computer is one of the machine which is mainly developed to do the mathematical calculation. Before computer, abacus was used. It may have some of the problems, that is, it takes a huge amount of time for doing a calculation. To overcome from that problem, the computer has been introduced. Some of the advantages of computers are high accuracy. That is, it gives an accurate result in doing a calculation. Then superior speed of operations. It takes a few seconds to do the calculation. Next one is a large storage capacity. Here we can able to store huge amount of data. Next one is a user friendly. Everyone can able to understand. It is very easy to understand. Then it's a portable. We can able to take from one place to another place. It is a platform independent. These are some of the advantages. Next one, generation of computer. It may have a totally 5 generation of computer. First generation, in the year of 1946 to 1959, the technology was used in the computer is a vacuum tube based. In this generation, it may have some of the problems. That is, it supports a machine language. It is very slow in processing. It produces a huge amount of heat. There is a need of ACs. Like that, it may have some of the problems. To overcome from that problem, the second generation has been introduced by using the technology called the transistor based in the year of 1959 to 1965. In the second generation, it is very less cost when compared with the previous. The size of the machine is small when compared with the first generation. It consumes less electricity. Then it is very costly. In third generation, the technology was used as the integrated circuit based technology in the year of 1965 to 1971. Here, the number of circuits can be combined together to do the mathematical calculations. It is very smaller in size when compared with the previous generations, and it consumes less electricity, no need of ACs, etc. In next generation, fourth generation, it used the technology called VLSI microprocessor based technology in the year of 1971 to 1918. Here it may also have a problem that we can't able to take from one place to another place. To overcome from that problem, we have introduced the fifth generation there of 1982 till now. We are using a ULSI microprocessor based. Here it is very cheap when compared with all the previous generations. The processing speed also very high. It produces less electricity. It produces less heat, so no need of ACs. Like that, the fifth generation may have a good processing machine. Next, we are going to see types of computer systems. There are totally 4 types of computer system. First one, microcomputer, mini computer, mainframe computer, supercomputer. Mini computer is that it is also called a personal computer. They are widely used nowadays. Most of the people are using this microcomputer. This microcomputer may also have 4 types: desktop, notebook, tablet, handheld. Second one, mini computer. Mini computer is also called a mid-range computer. It is a disk-sized machine. It is a large machine when compared with the mini computer. In production department, use this mini computer to monitor the production manufacturing process. Mainframe computer. Mainframe computer is a multi-terminal computer. It is mainly used to share the information simultaneously by the million number of people. Last one, supercomputer. Supercomputer is one of the best computer when compared with all the things. It is much faster and it stores a huge amount of data. It is mainly used in the NASA to monitor and control the processing. This computer may have three basic aspects: analog, digital and hybrid. Next we are going to see hardware and software computer systems. A computer system is a combination of various components. It includes both hardware and software. If we take one computer, means it may be constructed by using a number of components, right? Most important thing is hardware and software. Hardware means the computer, CPU, keyboard, mouse, this all comes under the hardware. Software means the thing which we have used inside the computer is a software. For example, Microsoft Windows, MS Office, Excel, PowerPoint, antivirus, these all are the softwares. System hardware. Hardware means the physical component of the computer, such as electrical, electronic and mechanical unit is called the hardware of the computer. In this image I have shown the CD, mouse, keyboard, motherboard, these all are the hardware devices. Examples of the hardware are input devices such as keyboard, mouse, monitor, etc. and output devices such as printer, monitor, projector, etc. Storage, secondary storage devices like hard disk, CD, DVD, etc. Then internal components, CPU, motherboard, RAM, etc. These all things are called the hardware. Next one is a software. Software is that user has to instruct the computer to perform an operation in a specified manner. The software is a thing which is mainly used to instruct the computer to do some task. So the set of instruction is called the software. The instruction given by the user is a software, that is the set of instructions to manage, regulate, integrate the sequence of operation in a computer is a program, and the programs are collectively is known as a software. It acts as an interface between the user and the computer. Users are giving some informations to the computer to do some task. Right, that set of instruction is called the software. To do that instructions, system want some softwares to do performance. Some of the softwares are Gmail, Excel, Linux, Unix, Java, Windows, Notepad, like that. These are the list of software. Next, types of softwares. There are two types of software. First one is a system software, second one is a application software. System software means it is a set of program that controls the operation of the computer. That is, this system software can control the entire operations which we have done in the computer. It creates a link. It is an intermediator between the hardware, application program and the users. Then this system software can control the entire operations which is done in the application program. Next one, application software. An application software that differ from the operating system. An application software can manipulate text, numbers, graphics or combination of these elements. It can also be in the form of application packages, consist of the group of application combined to perform a related functions. That is, for example, if we take as MS Office means, it may contain the MS Word, MS Excel, PowerPoint, like that. It may have a number of applications. That each and every applications can be combined together and make one of the packages. That is an application package. Next one, this is the architecture for hardware and software. Here, hardware is available, then system software, after that application software. This system software is the intermediate between the hardware, applications and the user. System software means the OS, operating system, which we are installing in our system is a system software like Unix, Windows, Linux, like that. Then application software is that applications which we are using inside our computer. For example, word processing, Excel, graphics, gaming, calculator, paint, like that. Next, we are going to see what is the difference between hardware and the software. Hardware is all the physical devices of the computer required to store and execute the software. This hardware is mainly used to store the process and it mainly used to execute the softwares. The software is collection of a program to bring the hardware system into a operation. Next, the hardware is a physical in nature, but software is a logical in nature. Next one, hardware consists of a number of components like transistors, IC, crystals, like that. And software is a consist of a numeral, alphabetic, special characters, sign, keywords. By using these things, we are developing a program for developing one software. Hardware consists of the input unit, output unit, ALU, and control unit, which we have already seen. Software is the categories of the system software and application software. It is almost consists of all types of computer. That is, this hardwares are suitable for all types of computers, but software is not like that. Based on the versions, the software has been varied. Next, hardware understand only machine language or low-level language, but software can understand the high-level language. Then hardware wears out over time, but software does not wears out over time. Next, we are going to see what is called data and information. Data is that we are getting an input, that is a data. It is an unprocessed information. Then intermediate, we are doing some process. Finally, we are getting output. That output is the information. Here we are having some of the future for quality information. First one is a completeness. Completeness means we are gathering the information for developing one software, means we want to collect the entire data, all wanted data. That is a completeness. Next one is a accuracy. The collected data want to be very correctness and without any error. Timeliness. Timeliness is that we have collected information, that informations want to be up to date information. Then validity. Here we are checking, verifying whether the collected information has been right or wrong. Then relevance. We are collecting a data for developing one software, means that information won't be relevant to our software development process. Then accessibility. It is very easy and quickly access for all the users. Next, we are going to see the processing cycle of information. It may have 8 steps for a processing cycle of information. First one is acquisition. Acquisition means a collection of raw data. Here I have highlighted. Collection of raw data means for doing some task, we want to, initial step is we want to collect some information. That is acquisition. Next one is the input. Here we have collected information. That information can be converted into a systemized information. That is the input. Acquire data into an information system. Next one, validation. Here we are checking whether the collected data have a quality data or not. Next one, storage. The collected informations can be stored in our memory. Next, retrieval. We have stored in our drive. We want to retrieve. Retrieve means get taken back for the future use. That is the 5th step. Then output. The data which we have stored in the memory, that we are viewing. We are getting a output through monitor, printer, projector, etc. In communication. Communication means sharing that data to a number of persons. That is sending a data or information to another person. That is a communication. Disposal. Disposal means deleting a data. If informations are old, that informations I don't want, means I want to delete the data to free up the memory. That is a disposal. Here I conclude that we have discussed about what is called hardware, software, data, information, what is the processing cycle for information. These things have been discussed. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in next video.